Alright, so hi guys. I'm going to show you a clip from my recent stream of an AD carry fight, and this is a rank 5 scrim, so you can hear our Skype, etc. And I'm going to go back afterwards and analyse what went wrong in the fight, what went right, and basically where I'm looking in fights. As you can see, it's from my first person perspective, so it should be quite interesting. Without further ado, this is the clip.
Really oh, we're fighting this fight. Fight. Understand. Cast, go. Fight.
Back away from him.
Nice.
Get that GA now.
Just.
Shen ulti. Just get the GA.
IJ.
Nice.
Kill him with some
Start
up.
Just.
Sweet.
Fucking.
End game. Wait, maybe not by the way.
Strike him.
Okay, so we won that fight quite hard, and it was mostly due to like really good positioning and a nice lantern. But there were some key things that are quite hard to note that actually went right in that fight, and I think personally, from going back to AD carry now, that you have to have a lot of sort of not just map awareness, but just game awareness in general as what's going on in fights. Otherwise, you can't really be effective. So I'm going to pull down my little drawy thing and watch this fight back and just sort of explain what went right and what went wrong and where I'm looking in fights. Okay, so the first thing to notice basically in this team fight is that their positioning is in an alright space in comparison to ours. We both are kind of even in position. Our Thresh gets caught here, which is basically how team fights often start late game. One person gets caught and then it carries on from there. They have the AD, they have Janna, and they also have Karthus all the way back here, which obviously isn't that ideal for Karthus because he wants to be in their face. The Janna's moving forwards into a nice position to do things, and then we're sort of like in position to come back in, but at the same time not really, because by the time we've moved up here, Thresh is probably going to die. That's like how you can see the fight going. And our Nautilus is kind of in a nice position where he's between the team, but he's not. He's kind of just frontlining. So the key thing to note this game as an AD carry, as I play this replay a little bit, is that basically Lee Sin doesn't build tanky. And if you notice here, Thresh makes a super nice flash over the wall, otherwise this team fight would have probably been really different. Like, this is the key importance of team fights. Little things like flashing over this wall here are massive. Nautilus gets a pretty nice armor, as you can see here, onto their backline. It hits both these people, I think. And then the Lee Sin kind of unpositions himself away because the Shen took a step back here and tried to kill this Thresh, which I think was quite a big mistake actually, because Thresh isn't that high priority of a target. And as you can see, I'm coming in here, we have our Zyra coming in, and we're kind of left alone with this Lee Sin. Like, if you can see how the map is at the moment, we have this kind of front line here with Nautilus, and then we have sort of our three main targets here, all focused onto the same target, which is Lee Sin, which is the person you want to be hitting in these fights if you can actively target somebody. So by this Thresh, like flashing over and living, it basically won us a team fight. Now obviously that sounds a bit minimalistic, but that's actually how I see it in my head. Okay, so basically the first thing that happens, it's a really key engage, is that Lee Sin gets caught by my ultimate and cannon ultimate at the same time. Now Nautilus ultimate is still going here and it's sort of ready to hit Karthus. And the Shen again is way out of position. Lee Sin obviously can't run away because he's caught in cannon ultimate and Varus ultimate. So after that, basically, he jumps away to a ward, and then Zyra places an insane ultimate actually, which hits all 5 of their team, as you can see the little blue line. Now Lee Sin is pretty hurt, he's got a lot of HP missing from that. Janna gets absolutely annihilated by Zyra here, and then we're sort of left in this amazing position where Karthus isn't doing a lot, because he's walked around this odd way, now he's taking steps up here to dodge the Zyra ultimate, which is why it was such a good ultimate. This Karthus cannot sort of get in anywhere he wants to get into. And then basically how this team fight goes after that is like really simple. Janna gets one hit by nothing. Somehow Thresh gets the kill. I honestly have no idea how. And then, so the next big thing here, obviously, is that Karthus flashes in for no reason. This Karthus is never going to kill 4 people who are all stacked up nicely and sort of have enough regen and just life to be able to kill him. And honestly, he doesn't even have like a Zhonya's, so I don't know how he expected to do anything here. His whole team is sort of backing off over here. And there's just not really a lot he could do there. So him flashing in here was a very questionable play by him. Obviously he dies super quick because, you know, it's a Karthus. And then this is where sort of like end game AD carry, just game sense has to come in. You see a lantern, and admittedly when I was playing this game, I did not see this Tristana's jump to here at all. I honestly did not see it when I was streaming, and just didn't see it in general. Now, by seeing the lantern, you have to know, okay, why is there a lantern here? Why else would there be a lantern here? Like, the only thing there could be a lantern here is if my Thresh needs help. Obviously, we're on Skype, so you didn't hear anything in our Skype conversation to, like, make me pay attention to the fact that our Thresh might need help. But it has to be, like, the first thing you think. And so, obviously, I click the lantern,
Backflip from him.
and then we get in onto Tristana. Thresh dies, but it's a worthy sacrifice, honestly. And then we just hit Trist. He tries to jump out, do some nice stuff, and then he just dies.
IJ.
Nice.
And that was how we won the fight. So hopefully you learned a little bit from watching is sort of like how complex team fights actually are, and how one small minor thing, such as a Thresh flashing a bush, actually wins us a fight.